trillion debt under President Trump, but actually that's misleading because Barack Obama ran up more debt than any president combined, than all the presidents combined. In 8 years, Barack Obama ran up more debt than all of the other presidents. But President Trump has not clamped down on that debt. And this year, looks like they're going to add another $1 trillion to the debt. So why? Why is it happening? Because Donald Trump needs a robust economy. And he needs government to pump money into the infrastructure and the military and the wall and a whole bunch of other campaign promises that he made. And it's more important for him to get reelected, in his mind, than it is to cut back on government spending. So you're going to have 2 more years of wild spending. Now, if Trump gets reelected, maybe he will cut down on it. Maybe he will put in a budget that's responsible. Now, you know the Democrats never will, because they want to give everybody free health care, free education, free houses, free jobs, free everything. I mean, a $22 trillion debt would double under the progressives in 8 years. Would double. Now, despite the fact that there's massive government spending everywhere, the federal government gave the state of California $2.5 billion to build this train between LA and San Francisco, and as you know, the train's not going to get built. All right, because of the environmentalists and California can't get anything done, and on and on. So $2.5 billion of taxpayer money all over the place went already to Sacramento, and Trump wants it back because you're not going to build a train, but they're not going to give it back. So here is what should happen. Every time the federal government gives a grant to the states, it's got to be a contract. If you don't use the money for this purpose, you got to give it back with a 10% penalty. But we're never going to get that 2.5 back. California's not going to give it back. And they can't force them to. There's no contract. Syracuse University, left-wing school, on one of the coldest places in the Northeast. So they have a procedure. The procedure is that student groups have to be sanctioned by the school. All right? They have to be, quote, a registered student organization at Syracuse. Okay. So there's a whole bunch of them. And there is one that's devoted to socialism. All right? That got okayed by the board at Syracuse University. The International Socialist organization is a student group that's okay. So a conservative group goes in, Young Americans for Freedom, and they say we want to get status under this under your rules. We want to be a student group, so we can have events and be on campus and bring speakers in. No. University says no. You can't, because your interpretation of the Constitution, that is the greatest document of all time, offends or could offend foreign students and others. So you can't, Young Americans for Freedom, come into Syracuse and be a legitimate student group. Also, because some of your discourse is inflammatory. So the socialists, that discourse, that's not inflammatory. Capitalism is the devil. No, that's not. That's okay. The conservative group, nope. Syracuse University. Now, why do I report this stuff? A couple of reasons. You need to know what younger Americans are being subjected to by the propaganda mills that are now our universities. And some people, they write, concierge members write me all the time. My son or daughter, grandson or granddaughter is a junior in high school, thinking about college. Do you have any recommendations? That kind of thing. And a lot of parents are concerned. So number one, I would never send a child of mine to Syracuse University ever, even though it is a decent journalism school, because of what they just did. They're not going to do it. If I find out that there's a radical administration in place at a university, I'm not sending my kid there. Not going to do it. I don't want that. I want robust debate and respect for all points of view. All right, so that's why I tell you this stuff. But it's going to be a problem in 20 years, all these kids being educated, these propaganda bills.